today's as good a day as any to go evangelising. So today it's going to be the Cannock chase. So I've come out here to the chase, and as you can see it's totally beautiful. It's amazing. But I came here to witness, because it's the start of the year. There's hardly anybody here, you know. And I need to go somewhere where there is people. But for now, I'm just going to enjoy all of this for a bit. Just had my Subway salad. So life is good. Praise God. Okay, so I've just come here. Somewhere, I don't know where. There's a big car park over there with a load of people here. And there's like a memory of your dad here. And then over here, there's like a little shrine. Seems like a good topical reference. So I'm just going to spend some time just praying that someone turns up here at this memorial point, and hopefully I can point people to the way to Jesus. Alright guys, have you got time to speak about this little shrine thing here?
Okay.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Their father that died there, do you know what I mean? They were just unlucky on the day sort of thing. And what I'm going around is just inviting people to church. Is that something that would interest you?
Not me personally.
Not you? Do you think you'll make it to heaven or hell when you die?
I think you do, but
I don't know. I don't think it's as straightforward as heaven and hell.
Right.
I think there's degrees of glory.
Oh, I like it. Are you Catholic?
No.
No? Oh, how did you get to degrees of glory?
I'm a Mormon.
Oh, you're a Mormon?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm a Christian, nice to meet you. Well, like, you would say you're a Christian, I know, I know. How did you get into Mormonism?
Born into it.
Ah, okay. I was born into atheism.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was like hardline atheist, yeah, definitely.
Wow, some conversion then.
I know, yeah, it was, yeah, my whole family, like, I love my family. They don't really like me too much. It's because I fell in love with God. Like, what happened was, I met this girl and she was totally amazing and I wanted to get with her. But then I started to go to church with her, started to read the Bible, and I found out, actually, you know what, God is a God of love. And as I looked more and more about the Bible, I just started to believe in it and found faith in it. And I know that when I die, I'm definitely going to heaven. I think the Mormons don't believe in hell. I think they believe in an outer darkness. Is that right?
That's kind of like the extreme. You'd have to be pretty bad to get
Pretty
there.
bad, yeah.
Yeah, like on the verge of like, probably even Hitler wouldn't even go there. You'd have to be
pretty bad, worse than Hitler.
Yeah.
Such as?
wasn't it you?
That's pretty bad, isn't it?
Well, it's a case of, we believe if you're unrepentant completely, not willing to accept, you know, Christ as a saviour, then.
Yeah.
But to be honest, my beliefs, although I believe in a God, I think there is something to all of this and the Bible and so on.
Yeah, there is, definitely.
I have my questions about organised religion and so on. I think there's, as you can imagine, I've been raised, so I understand the Mormon religion extremely well, but I've also looked into the other faiths.
Yeah.
And I think you can pick holes at all of them.
You can, yeah, I'm sure you
can. So my kind of ethos for life is to find out the best way to live your life.
Yeah.
And not to, you know, and live in harmony with other people, and
that would make sense.
If there is a God, then, you know, I'm sure he'll look.
And if Mormonism is wrong and biblical Christianity is correct, then what happens if that's not the case?
What do you mean?
Well, if he is a God of judgment and he does send most people to hell.
Well, if you read the Bible,
which I do,
then you know that being a good person
doesn't get you anywhere.
Doesn't get you anywhere?
No, being a good person won't get you to God. Definitely not. It's just faith and trust in Jesus Christ.
So what about the Beatitudes?
The Beatitudes?
Yeah.
That's how you're supposed to live, isn't it? As a Christian, I would say that's definitely how you should live.
That's the fundamentals. That was what Christ set out. So if you're a Christian,
That's how you should live as a Christian, definitely.
So you're saying that you've got to be baptised? Is that?
No, absolutely not. No.
What denomination do you?
You got to have faith in Jesus Christ, definitely. That he died on the cross to pay off all of our sin, and that he rose again on the third day. He said that I am the resurrection and the life. Those that die, though they believe in me, yet will they live. If you just trust and believe in Jesus Christ, then you'll resurrect, you'll come back to life.
What about in Mark, the very end of Mark, where it says that you must be baptised to be saved?
It says you should believe and be baptised to be saved. Oh yeah, and then in Acts I think someone says like you should repent and be baptised, every one of you. Yeah, I think you should be baptised. Because at the end of the day, being baptised is like you just dunk yourself in water, do you know what I mean? It's not hard.
There's similitude to it.
There's what?
I can't remember where it is, but there's similitude to baptism. It represents the death, the burial,
and the resurrection. That's it.
Of the Saviour. So it's an outward, an outward expression of what you're doing. Really.
What do you think about the thief on the cross that died when Jesus said to him, "Today you will be with me in paradise"?
Well, you'd have to look into. The Mormon interpretation of that is paradise is like almost a waiting place before the judgment.
I'd agree with that.
So he'll be there with him in that, but where he finishes after the final judgment,
right,
is open to interpretation and debate. But it's been good chatting to you.
It has. It's been lovely. Yeah.
Enlightening.
Yeah. So I'm just a bloke. Do you know what I mean?
Fair play to you for doing this, though.
Well, I want other people to go to heaven with me. Do you know what I mean? Like this guy. I don't know who he is. Right. So I was just walking here. Thought this is a good spot. It's topical. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just always be open, mate.
I am open to God and the Bible, definitely. Like, if someone can show me differently, I'll just go on the words of Jesus. Do you know what I mean?
Here's a good one for you.
Yeah.
We kind of spend a bit of time at work listening to this guy. The guy called Jordan Peterson. He's a Christian.
Oh, Jordan Peterson.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant the famous Jordan Peterson, like the psychologist guy.
That's the one.
Oh, right. He goes to work with you.
No. I was just saying me and Lee work together.
Oh, right.
But we listen to him. He's a Christian and he does Bible lectures.
I wouldn't say he's a Christian. He's not sure on the resurrection, is he?
Well, he's a very factual individual.
He's amazing. He's like so brainy. Yeah.
But he opens your mind to a lot of other aspects to religion and the Bible.
He does, yeah.
Yeah. So I think you've got to be open to. You might be wrong. You know what I mean?
I'm not wrong. I'm totally right. Well, I know that's arrogant, but it is what it is. I just trust in the words. I know it is very much, but I just believe and trust in what Jesus said. Do you know what I mean? I'm just following him, his words.
But you've just said that baptism probably should be baptised.
I think that's a good idea. Yeah.
But
yeah,
is it? Do you need to?
Well,
what did God say? You got to be born of water and of the Spirit to enter the kingdom of God.
Water is Spirit, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, water is like baptism, isn't it? Spirit's like Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
But I think like
if you're not baptised,
again, it goes back to the thief. You know, God isn't like. I don't think he knows. Do you know what I mean? If like you've not been able to be baptised, that thief guy on the cross, he couldn't be baptised. So I think like he's a God of justice. He's not going to say, oh, they didn't take him down in baptism because he believed when he was on the cross. Do you know what I mean? But I do think that there's a lot of people that won't even know about baptism. Do you know what I mean? Until they've followed Christ for a while, and then it's like, oh, I've got to be baptised. So do you know what I mean? I'll go and get baptised. But if they died before that, it doesn't mean that they're not going to go to heaven because they're not aware of knowledge. Do you know what I mean?
Hence why it talks about baptism for the dead.
Yeah. I don't know about that.
It's in there. It's in the Bible.
Yeah, I know it is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I just don't know about it. I don't understand it.
Well, I think that's where you could kind of say maybe the Mormons are the.
Call it anyway.
I don't mind. Yeah. See you, mate. God bless you. Do you mind taking this? It's some basic information about.
Why not?
God. I mean, it is like just basic. There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good to chat to you.
And you, take care.
All the best.
God bless you. Another guy came by and I just forgot to turn on the camera, and they just blatantly weren't interested. In fact, I would say out of 3 groups of people, only one person had a reasonable conversation with me. And that's the norm, actually. Through experience, what I've realised is about 2/3 of people just aren't interested. In the UK anyway. And I don't think it's the pitch. You know, I'm just professing the gospel. I'm doing what Christ told me to do. You know, and there is different ways of doing it, of course. And to be honest, different methods have an effect for different people. But you know, this is more old school biblical way of doing it. Just travelling and talking to people. So yeah, that's what I do. And I just do my bit. I'm on my own. It's difficult to find people to come with me a lot of the time. But, you know, that's the life of a disciple, I guess. Anyway, I'll keep on praying. Right.
Not told about ghosts or churches or nothing.
Yeah.
Just speak English. Off
Yeah.
you go. Make your own decisions.
Yeah.
Don't let the likes of you
Oh, that's not
or
very
anybody
nice.
know. I don't mean
That's
it
not
funny.
very nice, sir.
I don't mean it funny.
Yeah.
Church people.
Oh.
Don't
Okay.
don't let the likes of church people
Yeah.
or anything else, a bowls group,
Yeah.
whatever. Don't listen to them.
All right.
Go your own way.
Am I to listen to you?
No, hang on. I'm just saying in general.
Oh.
No, this human being, go your own way
Yeah.
and make a life what you will. If it rains, it rains. If it snows, it snows. If the sun's out, the sun. Don't listen to anybody
Right.
telling you things, you know, forcing their thing upon you so that,
It changes the
drummed
brain
into
and
you.
all that.
and that's what I'm afraid you've had done.
Well, maybe I've done it to an extent, but
At least I've got the time to listen, haven't I?
you have, yeah. You
Because a
have.
lot of people just walk off ignorant. don't
Oh,
they?
they do, yeah, they do. Yeah.
I always listen.
It's usually about 1/3 that usually, you know, have any sort of conversation. But yeah, I wouldn't say I'd had people kind of drummed it into me. I've just been reading the Bible, like, and
Do you want- yeah, do you
I
want me
found God. He's amazing.
Do you want me to tell you about the Bible?
Go
You
for
what?
it.
Who have you found?
Who ever found God?
Switch your brain on a minute.
Okay,
switch
switching
your
it
brain
on.
a minute.
Okay, it was on, but I'll switch it on for you.
I'm not telling you to. I used to motocross. I'm not telling you to do motocross. I'm not telling you to go to do more education. I'm not telling you anything. I'm just telling you how I see the general
Yeah.
thing. You know, you're talking the Bible, so now I'll talk about what I think about the Bible.
Okay.
Somewhere around wherever you live, 100, 200 yards down the road, so there's an house built in the 1800s.
Right.
1825, we'll say.
Yeah.
What was he doing in that house?
Don't know.
I know you don't, and you don't know what he was doing 2,000 years ago either. And along the way, there's people, New Testament or whoever it is,
Yeah.
I'm not as well read as you,
Yeah.
they've chipped in and put their 2p in.
Right.
Well, it wasn't this. How do they know? Yeah, a geologist will do a core sample
Yeah.
through the earth and bring it out and got all the evidence there.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
like this then, it's silted up like that, then there was a rock fall like this, and there was a... I believe that.
You've got so many questions. You know, the church runs something called an Alpha course, and I'm just telling you about this because I think you'd be an interesting character in the Alpha course. It's where a load of people who want to pursue Christianity go to, and there's some bloke who tries to tell them about God and all that. And you would probably light up the floor with with your ideas and questions and the such like. But I do have answers to what you're saying, but there are so many of them.
Look, from my point, all I'd say to you then is you go away now and get somebody to prove to you what happened 2,000 years ago. Actual proof. Not come with the Bible and said it says this. But who wrote that?
The people that were with Jesus.
What did they write it on?
On parchment.
Had they got a big biro or something? Or?
No, they used ink on parchment. Yeah, 2,000 years ago, and passed it on.
And you believe that, do you?
Oh, absolutely, because they left from where they were in Jerusalem and they went to Antioch, which is like a place sort of on just north of Jerusalem. And they started like a university, and they've got loads and loads of copies of everything that was written in the Bible, the New Testament. And they're so accurate, and they're from the same region, do you know what I mean? And also another way of looking at it is like, I'm not like stupid, do you know what I mean? And a lot of Christians aren't stupid. Some are like scientists, professors and all that. They've researched into all these things and they've come to their own conclusion. And you've come to a different conclusion.
Well, go on.
And all my role is to do is to just try and tell people that, you know, I'm nobody, I'm just a bloke. But what I do understand is that God gave his life to pay off all of our sin. And that if we trust in that, he says that we will go to be with him. He'll sort of use that sacrifice as a payment for all of our sin.
I'm not saying this is right or it's wrong.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is I don't believe the proof.
Yeah.
I don't believe that you can come from 2,000 years back and have such accurate evidence, like they're sitting around the table with loads and fishes. Shift out the way, shepherd, in front of the fire. We can't. How do they know details like this?
The reason they know is because, like in the past, before 2,000 years ago, the people of Israel, God would speak through people. He would, like, through his spirit, because he's supernatural, do you know what I mean? He's not natural, so like this is outside of physical realm. But he would speak through people, and they would be like the voice person for God. What happened was the guys that were writing down the parchment, they were told by Jesus that God's spirit would remind them of everything that it said and the details that needed to be recorded.
So what is it?
Well, the problem is, as a bloke, we can't argue with the Bible. It's like, do you know what I mean? It's supernatural. It's not like you can say, oh, where's the evidence?
I can't argue with the Bible because I don't like reading full stop, so I'm not doing it. After a page full of writing down there, I've had enough. It's not going in. It's a waste of time reading it.
I'm dyslexic, I have the same.
And it's the same. If these kids didn't go on the internet and Facebook and that, they wouldn't be bullied.
No, they wouldn't.
And if people didn't read the Bible, they'd have an open mind.
I have got an open mind. That's why I came to the conclusion that it's right.
That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying to you is, why have I been put here? Because I'm against what you're. I'm not against what you're saying. I'm just saying I'm open-minded to listen. I'm listening to anything.
You're open-minded but against.
I just can't get my head around now. They've got the proof from that far ago. I asked you.
I've just told you.
I asked you 1825, a house down the road, common local knowledge, or any house around the area. What happened there? You don't know, and that's only a couple hundred years.
I've just explained to you the reasons, though.
Because it's special.
No, because it's supernatural. God helped people to remember the accounts that happened, and
but don't you think when somebody's writing a story about something, be it true or a story, right? Don't you think that they're going to put something special in it to attract?
Special?
Yeah, some sort of special happening or some event or something, like, to pull you in and make you read it.
Like God being born as a virgin, from a virgin, and dying on a cross, humiliating himself to die on a cross, to pay off the sin for the whole world, for the people that you love. It is kind of special. Yeah, I think no one could come up with that. It's kind of like amazing. Why would God kill himself for all the people?
I haven't got the detail of what happened as you've got. All I know is I can't see how they've got that knowledge from that far ago.
Yeah, like I say, I think it's supernatural.
And like
but
I said,
outside of the Bible,
like I said, if a child was born and only taught it, well, in this country I'll say English, only taught English, don't listen to them or them. Just go your own way, go and shop, go to school, only for English, to learn English, maths, etc., and where it is you live. Don't get indoctrinated by anything else. Just go and live your life.
And that's
how would he be?
That's what happened. He'd be like just normal person.
Yeah, but he wouldn't be fighting the neighbours for a start off, saying, well, we're Sonny and you're Shia and we're this and you're that, and we're going to fight about it.
That goes back to religion, doesn't it? Yeah. I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about knowing God. Like, do you know what I mean? He's amazing.
But they're all going to pull a fast one, aren't they? They're going to say, we know him better than you do.
Yeah, that is a bit of a problem.
And you was actually wrong about the number of seats around that table, because you was one out, and for that I'm going to cut your throat. And
it's a bit sad, isn't it?
That's the human side of it coming in.
Yeah, it is, absolutely.
No, I don't know.
Can I ask you a question before you go, because I know you're sort of chipping? outside of the Bible and all that sort of thing, where do you think everything came from the start? I don't know either, except the Bible does say...
It's marvellous, and people...
It is amazing.
People are too matter of fact about it.
Yeah.
When you look around from microscopic things to the clouds,
it's incredible.
It's beautiful.
It is.
I like all that.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Everything.
It is amazing.
Beautiful.
Do you know what though? Like, you know, like in the beginning when they said that God created Adam and Eve and all that sort of thing, and it was a paradise, and then they committed sin and it all got corrupt. Like, I look at this stuff here and I think, this is beautiful, it is amazing. Like, I love nature and I love the complexity of life, but I still think this isn't as amazing as what it was in the beginning, and I reckon when I go to heaven it's going to be just incredible.
Well, firstly, why do you think you're going to go to heaven? What is heaven, and what makes you think it's not better now than it was back then? I would say, I would say if it's not better now than it was before, it's not better now because man's destroyed it.
Exactly.
That's why it's not better.
Sin entered the world.
If the rest of nature, the best thing that could happen to this world is for the human race to be destroyed and leave everything else to get on with it, because it's only us that are destroying it. Look around you. Look, I know what they're for, some of these, but the litter and stuff that you see, it's only us doing it.
And that's what will happen. The majority of people will be destroyed for the same reasons that you're talking about.
I'll tell you what, in my mind, the Armageddon's going to be.
Yeah.
When fossil fuels run out,
I think so.
The battery ain't good enough.
Yeah,
electric motors are plenty powerful.
Can't store electricity, can it? It's no good at it.
The battery's no good.
Yeah, that's
that technology's no good.
Exactly.
And when I was a kid, there was battery milk floats going around. Can you remember them?
Yeah, I do, on the milk floats.
They ain't improved much, have they?
No, they're about the same thing. Yeah.
What?
It's a complete disaster when
when this oil runs out, I think the military and stuff are going to hang on to it. The last remaining, the world's military, and there's going to be hell. And me and you and the likes aren't going to be able to get to work to earn a crust.
Oh, no.
Starvation's going to go on.
We don't even know how to grow stuff nowadays.
No.
One more generation, it's all lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Jesus said, something that's interesting in the Bible, he said that the earth will burn with permanent heat. It's going to be completely destroyed and burn. And you asked me about heaven. Heaven is a new earth. It's like paradise at the start of the Garden of Eden. That's the promise anyway. And the reason why I know that I'm going to heaven, you asked me about that, is because Jesus said, you know, I am the Son of God, and I believe he is. He says that if you know me, you know God. And like, I've come to realise through reading the Bible that actually Jesus is like complete love, and God is complete love, but he's also a God of justice. And for everything that we've done wrong, like what you highlighted earlier, he says that he's going to destroy us. But he said that if you trust in me, he will take away all of our sin, but also he'll give us new life. I've experienced new life on this earth in the sense that my life is so much more enhanced. Like, I love my family, I love God, I love everything, and I used to be a completely different person, so I've experienced change.
What do you love about all the suffering that goes on in hospitals and all that, and why are they having that?
This is the curse, and it's kind of like a idea of what's going to happen in the future. It awakens us to the fact that suffering exists. Because we commit sin and because we do things wrong, the land is cursed.
Why should somebody be born like what's his name? That's just died, the scientist that was in the wheelchair. What's his name?
Stephen Hawking.
Stephen Hawking. Why should somebody like, I mean, I know he was alright at one time, it come on him, but why should somebody be born like that and have to live their whole life like that? Why pick on somebody and do that to them?
Yeah, I don't think God said to him, you're now going to be in a wheelchair, do you know what I mean? But he did curse, like I said, the world, and unfortunately he had that, and the suffering is intense. There's a guy who's a Christian, he's got no arms, no legs. I was watching him last night, and he said, you know, when he started off, his family were Christian and he had all the same things, but as he looked in the Bible, his hope is for a future. And actually what he's realised is by believing in the Bible and Jesus, he's left his depression behind, and now he has like this proper awesome wife. I mean, she's like a 10 out of 10. But he's living a really good, healthy life. And without Jesus, he would have been suffering more, is his testimony. And that's my testimony as well.
And what do you say to the man in his same situation that doesn't find a good, healthy wife?
What's
his problem?
The wife isn't that important. What's important is Jesus. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's what made a difference in his life. The fact that he blessed her with a good wife is just a side effect of it. Yeah.
Well, all I can say to you is start at the beginning.
I have.
2,000 years ago, and have a good study about it, and how you think it managed to...
I have. Like I say, I used to be like a proper extreme atheist. Didn't used to like Christians or religion. In fact, I'd have a lot of the same questions that you've got. Do you mind if I give you some basic information? Don't like indoctrination, sir.
No. I've had it.
I understand.
My mate I used to go to school with, I hadn't seen him for probably 35 years or something like that. He knocks on the door, he's a Jehovah's Witness. Are you Jehovah?
No, I'm just a bloke.
He's Jehovah's Witness. Knocks on the door. Oh. He comes regular. I've worn him out now. I've beat him. He's stopped.
Yeah.
Right,
I've stopped the ones that came to me as well.
Because I've just questioned him until he ain't got answers. But one of them was, his dad don't want to know. Don't bring that to me, I don't want to know. But him and his mother, Jehovah's, right?
Yeah.
So, and it's all about the same thing, whichever religion. And he says something about living forever. And I says, do you think you're going to live forever then, Nigel? He says, yeah, I do. I says, what about the Mount of Olives, is it, or whatever? He says, yeah. I says, you think you're chosen then? Yeah. I says, well, your mother's dead. It didn't work for her, did it? She was Jehovah. She's gone.
Yeah, I mean, people die, don't they?
Well,
do you know what I mean? But the truth is that if you believe in Jesus, he promises you eternal life.
Good luck. God bless.
Thank you, Paul. Well, I think my time's up here, so I'm going to go and prepare a sermon or do whatever I do. I've got a migraine, so at the moment I'm not fit to drive, so I think I'll pray. You know, this place is beautiful. I absolutely love it, and it's so great. I'm just drawn to places like this because it's like walking through God's creation, and you know, the best place for me to be when I proclaim the gospel is in the city, because there's more people there. But there's another way of looking at it. I love being here. I'm connected to this place. I love nature, and the truth is that other people like me will come here, and they won't go to town. They're not interested in town. They'll order off Amazon because they don't like to be around dense crowds and see. You know, I think more evil goes on in a town than what it does in the countryside. It's just so peaceful here. Such a... Okay, I'm just sitting on top of the roof of the van here before the sun goes down. It's been a beautiful day, really enjoyed it. And I don't know, I just love God, you know, it's been great. And I have been kind of quiet on going out witnessing over the winter because it's cold, it's freezing, when you approach someone it's night time. And there's something about approaching people at night time that just puts me off. But that now that it's all sunny and lovely, it's time to go out and start witnessing. So yeah, just really looking forward to 2019. You know, I'm going to Lithuania, I'm going to the Azores, I'm moving around doing a tour of the UK and the Midlands area. And really, you know, I'm not boasting, I'm just saying that, you know, I just love doing this, you know. It's scary. It's scary because you always, when you approach someone, you get this fear of rejection. You're quite fearful of who that person might be, or they might be a complete psycho. But the truth is that many people, when you approach them, they think that you might be a complete psycho. And you may actually come across one day a complete psycho that will do you some damage. But I think it will all be worth it because, you know, when you have faith in the gospel, you know that it saves people. And
it's just something that we can't just hold on to ourselves with. We've got to go and proclaim it. You know, like I say, I'm sitting right now on top of the roof of my van. I'll just give you a little profile. So this is me on top of the roof of the van. And I put this roof on here because I was thinking like I could probably make it a stage in which to do street preaching. And yeah, maybe one day probably do that. But yeah, I'm just really looking forward to what's going to happen. I'm so thankful for the sun that's come out. You know, I really love the weather. I'm just looking forward to the future. Loads of people look at me like now, people passing in their cars. I've got a massive Jesus sign and they're thinking like, there's that Jesus guy again. I don't care, I just need to proclaim it. God bless.